Right, hello everyone, welcome to this video. It's 20 to 12 on Wednesday the 21st of January. We're going to go over the EU trade, why I took it, and also the USD JPY trade that we are currently in. So, on EU, originally I said about the bullish bias on DXY, but going into New York session, I like that we had a stop run of this high here during London and we traded lower, and that was all inside this daily inverse fair value gap alongside the 4-hour fair value gap. So we had our key levels on DXY there to make it a valid setup. So once I seen that we created this order block here, I was basically happy to go with sells on DXY, because to me a stop run and trade lower, anticipating that this is high of the day in London on DXY. And then taking us over to EU, we had the same sort of thing. We had a stop run of this high, stop run of this low inside the 4-hour fair value gap, as you can all see, and then we pushed up higher. We closed above this inverse fair value gap, and then I used the inverse fair value gap / 1 hour fair value gap for my entry, and the stop loss was here because we had 1 fair value gap, 2 fair value gaps, so it was below 2 PD arrays. So, and I was just aiming for this previous day high as a quick 1 to 2, but as you can see, we did eventually get stopped out, and I'm happy with this loss. This is a perfectly fine loss. Everything's there for stop run. London low of the day, well, what I thought was London low of the day. On the 1 hour, we were disrespecting bearish PD arrays, creating bullish PD arrays. So for me personally, everything was there. The only thing that I should have been a bit more cautious about was potentially the fact that this here could have been a stop run, which in the end it looks like it's going to be. But yeah, apart from that, the only other thing I can think of is because we had a big 2 days on DXY and EU, we should have maybe potentially just been a bit more cautious. But I was happy taking this trade. So yeah, that's that breakdown. Not too much to do on that one. The USD JPY breakdown. So if we start on the weekly. On the weekly, as you can all see, we have a bullish fair value gap combined with this weekly order block. And for this trade, it's a bit of a swing trade. I'm targeting this high up here, so it may take a week or so to play out. But I am, expecting a big move on USD JPY. On the daily, we also have a daily fair value gap that we have tested on Monday and Tuesday. On the 4-hour, we created a bullish order block, and at these lows here, there's SMT. So what I essentially used was the 4-hour order block with the SMT and the stop run as my key level to enter the trade from. And then on the 1 hour, we had a stop run on Tuesday, making this a strong low with SMT. And then today, at the start of New York session, we had a stop run, and then we had a change in order flow. And one thing I want to bring your attention to is some people here would have seen this as a stop run, and as soon as this green candle closed, they'd buy. But you're buying into a 1 hour bearish fair value gap. And if you look on the 15-minute, this is that low. We never had a change in order flow. Your change in order flow would have been up here. But then on the 15-minute, we had a nice stop run lower, taking out the London low. 12:45 UK time was the low of the day. We then had a proper change in order flow, because the change in order flow is here because this is where the move started. And as you can see, we retested it a couple of times. My entry wasn't the best. We potentially could have waited for a retest of this, but I'm still happy with this trade. And that is literally going from this bias on DXY, that when we took out this low and traded up higher, this to me was clear sign that we were going to go bullish. And so that brings me on to today's daily bias. For today, I am expecting a bullish DXY. So yesterday we had an inside bar because we didn't take the low or the high, but we respected this daily propulsion block perfectly. Yeah, so we had the daily bullish propulsion block, the weekly fair value gap, plus the weekly order block that I am anticipating DXY to go bullish off. Whether we close this week bullish or we just have a big wick to the downside, that is to be seen. We have 2 days left. Tomorrow we got Aussie, we got some USD news tomorrow, so that could definitely play a big role in what DXY does going into the weekly closure. But I do understand we have a bearish fair value gap here, and also a new day opening gap here that we are currently trading into. So there is the potential risk of DXY flipping over to downside, but I like how we've had a big down day and then we've turned back bullish again from the propulsion block. So going into tomorrow, what we can expect, or what I would like to see is, so this is the daily fair value gap. What I would want to see is we have now closed above this 4-hour inverse fair value gap. I would like to see DXY not lose this realistically. We looks like we're going to create a 4-hour bullish fair value gap as well. So I would like to see us potentially take out this low here. So we can use this low. Into the 4-hour fair value gap. And then we can look to basically go up higher. That is what I am looking for on DXY. So yeah, pretty simple on DXY. Euro, as you can see, I do understand we have the daily fair value gap as mentioned, but what I would be looking for is if we can close below this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, we can use it as an inversion level to then go lower. So the 4-hour inverse fair value gap combined with this 4-hour fair value gap, I would be looking at to go lower, but I only will consider EU shorts if we get this 4-hour closure below here. Until then, just have to wait. As you can see, pound, I was just looking at this on pound. I didn't take anything because we had a stop run of this high, and then we've now broken down lower. We had a 30-minute order block, like so. That's what I was looking at. But obviously we got a new J. But this could potentially be a Tuesday high of the week at 8 a.m. London session. And then I'm looking at Wednesday, Thursday expansion. So for me, the drawn liquidity on GU would be this low down here. We have now had the stop run. So a level to frame the ideas off would be if we can get back below this 4-hour bearish fair value gap on a bullish fair value gap on a closing basis, we can then look for something like this, maybe create a week high stop run and then look to go lower into the opening low on Sunday. That would be my game plan on GU. So we have a game plan there for GU and EU. USD CAD, as you can see, we respected that daily fair value gap to the absolute T. as you can all see. So now I would be expecting higher prices. However, I do understand we have a bearish fair value gap here. So ideally we get a closure above this 4-hour fair value gap and then use it as an inversion level on USD CAD. That would be what I would want to see going into tomorrow. Obviously USD JPY, I want to see this trade higher. This would be a 8-hour trade if it comes off, and I will be holding for however long it takes to get there, if we get there, that is. So yeah, just be prepared for that. At the high, it is it's still nearly 3 hour at the high there. So if we do get there and you want to take profits, that's up to you. But I will be holding. So yeah, USD CHF. That now looks pretty bullish to me. We have respected this inverse fair value gap perfectly to the T, and now trading up higher. Yeah, and same thing on this. We can just use this inverse fair value gap combined with this 4-hour fair value gap for higher prices. Gold, I'm not really interested in. Euro pound, as you can see, we came back into this daily fair value gap. So we do have this daily inverse fair value gap plus fair value gap here. So I would expect higher prices on this to take out these equal highs up here. DXY we have covered, and bonds just had a retracement day. So yeah, that is basically the breakdown of the two trades we took, plus the UJ trade going into tomorrow. So hopefully we can get some nice movement going into the end of the week, and at least get up to, obviously I'm not expecting it this week to happen, but at least get up into this high. That would be ideal. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, please do let me know. Thank you.